Hello, my name is Candace, and
My name is Aniket.
and this is episode 1, I guess, of our channel.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do a podcast too. We had some issues with our mic here, so we just want to do a video then to talk. Our podcast is called Love and Barriers. And in it, we're just going to be talking about love, our love, love with our family, friendships, and then also barriers. And we chose the word barriers versus, conflicts or things like that because one of the main things in our relationship being intercultural is communication barrier, sometimes language barrier. And so we'll talk about different barriers within relationship, again, also applying to friends, families, etc. But we just thought it would be something fun to talk about, and we wanted to do this because we thought it'd be something nice to do together. We spend time together, but we get to take a moment and tell people about our testimony and kind of give them insight of what our life looks like. Not that it's that exciting, but just something.
Yeah, it is exciting. Yeah.
You think it's exciting?
It is, yeah. It's a lot exciting, guys. Yeah, it is.
So today we wanted to talk, just kind of give an intro, maybe talk about like background, like even before we met, what place we were at, really about our testimony. But also we have this, and I forgot that we signed up to do this. It's like a gingerbread house competition. I've never even made one of these. Have you?
I did not. I've never really made anything like this, but I did do a cookie decorating competition that we had in office like yesterday, I think it was. So that was my first time like decorating a cookie as such. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like this, I guess, would be the same, but we'll see like how it goes. But I'm really excited, guys.
So I think it's similar. So I'm going to leave the decorating to you, but we won't finish this while we're talking because we're not going to talk long, but we can at least start it.
Yeah.
I guess. So we'll get it open, but let me put my apron on as well so that I don't mess up my outfit also. But I guess we could start off like, I want you to tell, like, so where were you at in your life before we met? Like in regards to like literally, and then also like in your mind and headspace.
So from what I remember, I think it's been 1.5 years, I guess. But I had just finished my master's. I studied my master's in integrated manufacturing and systems engineering from NC State, and I had just finished up, and it was a phase where I was just trying to look for jobs. Being an international student, it's not easy to find a job because it comes to like visa status and stuff. Being on student visa, it's kind of tough for companies to sponsor you.
Yeah.
So we don't have like work sponsorship and stuff. So like we have to find companies and also stick to our field that we studied in based on what the protocol is or what the law is. So we're supposed to like find a job that is related to our field of study. So it's really hard like for you to find a job where you studied. So basically a lot of people just move at anywhere in the United States, like wherever they find job or the company that's willing to sponsor them. So that's where I was. Like I was just looking for jobs at that time, and I think did you ask like where we met or when we met?
Yeah, like so like in
regards.
regards to like, so you weren't dating before we met, but like what was like your headspace? Like, okay, so for me, example, I was wasn't in school, I was working multiple jobs, probably 3 jobs. And it's funny because my younger brother was just visiting, and I was telling him about this because he knows about it a little bit. Before I met him, I had went on a few dates, was like putting myself out there, wanting to meet someone, probably was entertaining random people. But I think in regards to my headspace and what I was wanting was somebody who would push me closer to my relationship with God. And didn't really care about marriage necessarily, but I knew if it was God's will, then I wanted it for myself. But I felt like, okay, God has put this desire in my heart for me to be married, but I'm not meeting anybody who is like potential for me to be with. And I think I was single for about 5 years. And so, yeah. So before I met him, I was in a relationship for about 5 years, even though I would like date on and off and probably even see the same person consistently, like on and off, like with going on dates like every few months or something. It was like I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't enter into another relationship unless it was somebody who's going to push me closer to God. But I just couldn't meet anybody. So I guess that's what I meant in that sense. Like for me, I just like was wanting to meet someone, couldn't meet someone, but I still had that desire. If God wanted me to have that, then I wanted to have it. But there was no one, literally nobody.
That's it. I mean, I would say for me also, I was not in a relationship for about, I think it was 3 or 4 years, maybe longer. But before that also, I just had like one relationship, and I was just asking God like, what were His plans, and like I was getting old, to be very frank, and I was like looking for. I was asking God like, it's been like so long that if He has something planned for me, then I guess like this is the right time. So I was just like praying to Him and asking Him for His blessings and just like asking for the right person. And I guess that's when I met you in a way. And I was like, I mean, in like couple of dates, I was like, I think this is my girl. So yeah, we did end up like going in relationship like 1 month after that, I guess.
I think.
But yeah, I don't know if it was that quick or anything, but yeah, I just felt like this was my girl. And like even after I met her family members, I just fell in love with all of them, and I just thought like, this looks amazing. This is exactly what I was looking for. And yeah, I think like God has the perfect timing, and like He knows what He's doing for sure. So I was really glad that I met Kandesi, I met her family, and yeah, it just like went really well.
Yeah, no, I think I felt the same. So, did you ever have a moment where, I know you said for you it was a few days after, I want to say for me too, it was probably like a week later or something after I had this conversation with my brother Kyrie, and then I met you. Yeah, probably was like a week. And I think it's funny, like where you were at that same place too, and it's all about God's timing, because I don't think if I would have met you earlier than when I did, then it would have been right, because I had been back and forth a little bit, was getting discouraged, was losing faith, and in that probably made some decisions I wouldn't have if I wasn't at that place. But I literally told God, I said, I need you to send me someone that's going to push me closer to Him.
Yeah.
And I was at a place that I was so fed up that I knew the next person that came into my life was going to have to be it. I cannot open this. And I feel like I'm gonna break something because I'm clumsy. And so I was like, I knew like that person's gonna have to be it, like for sure. And so not that I ever encourage this, but I think a lot of people meet those who are not believers in Christ, and then what happens is they end up falling because they're trying to bring someone into relationship with God, and they're not strong in their faith either. And I can't say that I was at the strongest place where I'm like, oh my gosh, whoever I meet, even if they're not Christian, I'm gonna win them to God, because that's not it. I was at a place of such frustration that I kind of didn't care at that point. I was like running men off. And I just knew I was gonna run him off. Like literally, I was like, "Hey, look, I'm Christian, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And if you're not Christian, then we can't date, and I'm not dating you, and da da da." And
That's, yeah. I mean, it was meant to be, so I was like, fine. I mean,
But no, so I think this kind of worked off because everything I said to him was like, you gotta go to church with me. He's like, that's fine. I was like, you gotta meet my parents. And he's like, well, then that's fine as well. And I was like, and you gotta da. And he was just like, that's okay. And I was like, God, who is this person? Who is this that you kind of put in my way for this, I guess, to happen? And it just kind of felt like, I think I knew in my heart after all that happened, after you met my family, after they fell in love with you and began to like you more than they liked me. I think in the process of all of that, you know, God revealed to me early on that like, hey, this is the person I have for you. But then he also revealed to me that I guess the situation wouldn't be easy. But like it was a God thing. So I think even though it was probably one of the most difficult ones to like pursue further, it was just one of those things where like we were both dealing with different situations. We weren't stable in our lives. There was like no stability, no consistency, no nothing. But I think knowing deep down in our hearts like that it is the thing that like pushed us further. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on there at the time. So, but we've been through a lot, and I cannot focus on doing this because I don't know what I'm doing. So with that, what I'll say is we'll just pause here, but we're really excited to talk about further kind of things we have gone through, dealt with, you know, the beauty of it all. It's been a journey, but it's been a testimony in and of itself as well, and I think I've grown a lot in it. So I'm excited to just tell others about what I've experienced and kind of where we go from there.
That's right. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited, guys.
So we're gonna finish doing whatever this is since we signed up for it. But wish us luck, and if it turns out okay, I'll post a picture, and if it doesn't,
we'll see.
And you don't see a picture, you know what it looked like.
But yeah, I'm confident, guys. I'm sure like we're gonna do good. Yeah.
Well, thanks, you guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. And if you have any comments, leave it below. Again, first YouTube channel, so YouTube video on our channel. So like it, subscribe, tell someone, etc. And again, we plan on doing a podcast too as well. We're gonna get our mic fixed this week, and we'll share all that information later. But thank you for tuning in. We can't wait to continue to talk to you about our love and barriers.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Bye.
Bye.